Alright, so here's our first part of setting up Windows. So we're going to use a product called VMware Workstation Player. So if you do a quick Google search for a free VMware player for Windows 10, it's going to take you here to this link here to VMware, and it's going to open up. And then from here, you're going to click Downloads and go to Free Products and Downloads and Workstation Player. Then this will save a version of 16 dot something, depending on when you last watched this and when it was last updated. And then from here, we're just gonna click open after we download it, or go to your downloads folder depending on where you installed it. And then we're going to follow the steps step by step installing VMware Player. So what is VMware Player? So VMware Player is a light version of VMware's virtualization. So this will allow us to run other operating systems on top of our operating system. So in this example, I'm running what we call a term called the host OS, which is right here is my Windows 10 machine I'm running. And then from here, we're installing the VMware workstation so we can go ahead and run another version in Windows on top of my Windows without having to do any customization or dual booting. So the advantage of this is it provides us the ability to install other operating systems, and then if there's a problem, we don't have to, and then it's going to ask you to reboot. So I'm going to go ahead and skip the reboot at the moment, and then from there we should be able to click start and go to our VMware tools. So I'm going to go ahead and reboot real quick and see you guys in a moment. Now once we have finished rebooting, now we can go to start, go down to our V's for VMware, and there we go, VMware Workstation 16. So we're just going to use the free version for non-commercial use and hit finished. And there we go. We successfully installed VMware Workstation. Oh, there goes my software application antivirus. So there we go. So here we can just do a couple different things. I'm just going to do a quick review. I'll have a separate video of installing Windows 10 in here. So from here, we can essentially create new. And then we can use an ISO, or if we have a physical CD, we can do that. And then we can install an operating system later. We can just go choose this to do the next step would be to download the ISO for Windows. So then we're going to hit next. And then here you can see we can simulate or virtualize different versions of Windows. And anything that has an x64, that's 64-bit. Anything without it is a 32-bit OS. So just remember, if you're installing, you have to have a 64-bit OS if you're running the 64-bit VMware. And if you don't have a 64-bit VMware, you can't run 64-bit code. So be mindful of that. But most of us should all be running, the latest version. And again, we can scroll all the way back down to Windows 3.1. So you can see here's the different evolutions of all the different Windows servers and workstations. And we can do Linux. So here's some of the different flavors of Linux we can do. And if you don't find your particular flavor of Linux, you can always use some of the different kernel, so if you know which kernel you're going to be using, you can use that. And sometimes you can just use maybe some other ones. Then we have other, where we can support FreeBSD, Novell, which is NetWare, Solaris, I guess is not supported, and FreeBSD. So, and then essentially we're going to hit next. Here it's going to give us the name of the location we're going to save it with, what's the minimum disk size we're going to do. Do we want to have multiple disks, or do we want to just store it as one virtual disk? And it's up to you. And then it's going to just give you a little breakdown of your configuration. Then you're going to hit finished, and then it's going to follow up. All right, so next, I'll see you guys in the next demonstration. All right, catch you guys later. Bye.